The National Center for Metropolitan Transportation Research, known as METRANS, was formed in 1998. The center was created from a federal highway authorization as one of a group of 17 university transportation centers established across the country. These University Transportation Centers, or UTCs, were charged with three main objectives. First, to conduct research supporting the national strategy in transportation research. Second, to educate the next generation workforce in constructing and managing an increasingly complex transportation system. And third, to transfer technologies and problem-solving methods into professional application. Since its establishment in 1998, METRANS has emerged as a nationally recognized leader in achieving these objectives, in part by appearing on the grandest of stages, the greater Los Angeles metropolitan area.
Well, we talk about our mission as being to solve metropolitan transportation problems. And we did that on purpose because we're in one of the most prototypical metropolitan regions of the world. Now we talk about megacities. Los Angeles is obviously a megacity. And our orientation is entirely to developing solutions to those types of problems, which of course are the most interesting and complex.
Collaboration between two universities in the heart of the Los Angeles metropolitan area gives the METRANS Center a major advantage in identifying and addressing the needs of the urban community. The research emphasis of the University of Southern California, combined with California State University Long Beach's teaching emphasis, allows the resources of both institutions to be synergistically applied to produce an integrated program of research, education, and information dissemination. From its inception, METRANS has received its principal funding from the U.S. Department of Transportation with a dollar-for-dollar match from Caltrans. Twice in 2002 and 2006, METRANS successfully competed with other institutions to maintain its status as a federally designated university transportation center. Phenomenal achievement in dynamic, innovative research and related application, education, and outreach have burnished the image of METRANS as one of the nation's leading transportation centers.
Basically, the difference between METRANS and most of the other university transportation centers is they are working directly with the communities, the stakeholders, the important people that have to do with the issues that they specialize in. METRANS brings all these people together, and it's interesting to see that they appreciate it and they provide their support to the center because they see the benefits they're bringing to transportation, especially goods movement and urban mobility.
METRANS funds have supported rigorous research into complex urban transportation issues. Through the 2007-2008 fiscal year, funding for 99 peer-reviewed research projects from METRANS totaled $7.7 million and involved problem-oriented research conducted in close collaboration with public agencies and private industry. METRANS research has contributed to making our goods movement system more efficient, developing more effective public transit options, understanding transportation labor markets, and creating better models of urban transportation systems, to name just a few of its research contributions. A major mission for METRANS is educating the next generation workforce to prepare for the demands of the future, a future which will rely increasingly on technologically intensive, environmentally friendly capabilities. Both universities have fostered new educational opportunities and developed new programs through METRANS funding. Internships, tuition remission for USC students, and paid research assistant positions at both USC and Cal State Long Beach offer strong incentives for motivated learners. The presence of the METRANS Center and its funding have engaged the imagination of top-tier faculty members. Prominent transport experts are recruited and hired at both institutions because of the promise of innovative, creative, and cutting-edge research potential. In its first 10 years, from 1998 to 2008, more than 1,000 students have enrolled in the Global Logistics Specialist Program at CSULB's Center for International Trade and Transportation. METRANS sponsorship made the development of GLS Online possible. In 2007, GLS was recognized and honored with the Outstanding Program Award from the University Continuing Education Association.
A client that I had prior to the GLS program, all of their executives have been through the program, and it was kind of by chance that I found that out. I was, working with him on a lease transaction, and one day I get a card from one of their executives that says GLS after it, and after talking with him, it just seemed that anytime someone in their company comes to them and says, how do I get to the next level, he sends them straight to the GLS program.
At USC, master's and PhD programs are integrated across several fields of engineering, as well as urban planning, public policy, and public administration. These programs reflect the new reality of transportation. The next generation workforce must have both technical and managerial expertise and have an understanding of the transport system within the larger social, economic, and political environment.
The old idea of an engineer or a planner who can only do one thing is out the window. Employers these days, they want someone who can not only understand engineering drawings, but can then go out and explain it to the public and write a paper on it. They want people who will be able to talk to their clients and will also be able to understand an environmental impact report and then write one. So you have to really be able to not only handle multiple tasks, but be willing to learn all of those different aspects of the job.
USC PhD graduates are teaching and conducting research at universities around the world. Master's graduates are working in both public and private sectors, managing the planning and construction of major infrastructure, consulting on logistics, advising elected officials, developing more efficient public transit services, and of course, emerging as the new generation of leading professionals. METRANS also coordinates professional development opportunities for people already working in the industry through programs like the successful Caltrans Goods Movement Training Workshops and Introduction to the Supply Chain for elected officials. Another hallmark of METRANS is its active immersion in outreach, public forums, and media presentation. An example is the annual State of the Trade and Transportation Industry Town Hall meetings. Since 1999, these town hall events have brought key stakeholders together, including national leaders in labor, management, private industry, government, and the local community to discuss the most important issues confronting the industry. Recently, METRANS launched its National Urban Freight Conference to address urban freight movement problems and issues. METRANS seminars at both USC and CSULB address critical issues and attract crowds eager to hear the latest research and policy developments. Media presence is another distinctive and prominent aspect of METRANS outreach. Print publications such as METRANS News and the Building Bridges periodical provide an update forum. Affiliated researchers also contribute to local journals and other outside publications. Electronic media resources include the METRANS website podcasts and the Goods Movement Timeline. The website receives over 1 million hits annually. For 10 years, METRANS has been actively engaged in the research, education, and community outreach efforts it was charged with in its initial authorization. Starting with a team of 9 researchers in 1998, METRANS now counts nearly 100 researchers. Through academic publications and conference presentations, education of many graduate students and professionals, and a comprehensive outreach program, METRANS has achieved national recognition. METRANS, a national center for metropolitan transportation research, shining a light on the future development and management of our urban transportation system.